Joining us now is Democratic Senator Alex Padilla of California. He serves on the Judiciary Committee. Senator, thanks so much for joining us. With President Trump now linking the Department of Homeland Security funding and his voter ID proof of citizenship legislation to vote, does that mean this partial government shutdown will drag on even longer and longer?
Well, it sure seems that way, and it's precisely what they want, right? As we've paid attention to airports, especially this morning, the question about TSA, my response is it doesn't have to be this way. Democrats have been suggesting for weeks now, look, the Department of Homeland Security includes a number of agencies. Let's fund TSA. Got no issue there. Let's fund the Coast Guard, by the way, and FEMA and our cybersecurity agency. But when it comes to ICE and CBP funding, no additional money without important and necessary reforms. So let's fund the other agencies while we continue to negotiate here. Republicans have said no. Leader Thune has taken that deal to President Trump, apparently, and Trump has said, don't make any deal because they want this SAVE Act, which is anything but a voter ID bill.
So Republicans, from your perspective, and I know you've been talking with them, are totally opposed to any reforms at all for ICE. Is that what you're saying?
I think there's a split, both on what sort of reforms should be put into statute, and honestly, what we've proposed is common sense, best practices for law enforcement across the country. But I guess the procedural way to make progress here, funding the other agencies while we still negotiate the ICE and CBP related elements. I know there's a lot of support within the Republican caucus. I think that's why Leader Thune took that to President Trump. Trump has said no.
Because as you've been noting, there's been a lot of reporting, as you know, that the Senate Majority Leader, John Thune, told President Trump specifically yesterday that Republicans would support funding of all of the Department of Homeland Security except for ICE, and that ICE would be dealt with later in a party line reconciliation vote, as it's called. Right. President Trump rejected that offer, as you note. So where do you stand on that proposal?
Well, and let's be clear, again, that proposal was made by Democrats. Let's be clear as to where we are with ICE and CBP funding. They have no shortage of cash. In the not-so-beautiful bill that was passed last year, they front-loaded a lot of the immigration enforcement agencies and activities, not just for this fiscal year, but beyond. So this is a partial government shutdown of their choosing. And why the emphasis on the SAVE Act for them? Trump has said the quiet part out loud. They think they're dead in the water in this midterm elections unless they manipulate the rules of the elections. And if they get their way, not just through a slanted voter ID policy here, but giving DHS access to the personal information of every voter in America for the purposes of voter purging, if not worse. And now they've amended into the bill some non-election related items. No trans athletes in sports, gender affirming care, those sorts of things. That's why this bill is dead on arrival, but I think Trump sees it for political survival.
I know you strongly oppose President Trump's so-called Save America Act, but supporters of the bill argue that requiring proof of citizenship and photo ID are simply popular ideas. Do you have any concerns at all that Democrats potentially could be falling for a political trap here?
Well, it may sound good until you read the letter of the legislation. Most people think, well, I have a driver's license or my state ID, I can go in and vote. That will not get you into the polling place under the language of this bill. This bill specifically says passports, which half of Americans don't even have, or your original birth certificate. If you're a married woman who happened to change her name and your ID doesn't match your birth certificate, now you got to go bring a copy of your wedding certificate down to the elections office. These are all extra obstacles to voter participation that are not necessary. It is already a crime for non-citizens to vote, and the rate of the voter fraud is exceedingly rare.
Senator Padilla of California, thanks so much for joining us.